Oi, good eh? What's up, family? Welcome back to the last video of my Immortal, a dramatic reading by yours truly, Casually on Fire. Now, what update on last video? Or recap? So, Ebony, our titular main character, is now going back in time to make Vlodemort fall in love with her, because if he has somebody to fall in love with, he will no longer be evil, according to the story. So she's going back in time. She's met up with him at least once. Now she's in a band with everybody from our main cast, sort of parents and whatnot. You know the group of them, the Snape and James and Lucius and whatever, like their age group demographic from the movies. So now she's in a band with them, and she has now met Marty McFucking-Fly. So we're going to continue from here with chapter 36. I hope you enjoy. Let's get this over with. Fuck. Chapter 36. I looked around in a depressed way. Suddenly, I saw Professor Sinister, Bloody Mary, Socrates, and Draco, Vampire, and Willow were there too. OMFG, Sorius, I saw Oo and Samaro and Snip and everyone. 11,111. I can't believe Snap oozed to be gothic. 100. Okay, I'm done with this bit. This bit's done. There's ones. Yeah, I know, Sirius said sadly. Oh, hey there, bitch, Professor Trevelry said in an emo voice, drinking some Voxamort serum. Hi, fucker, I said. Listen, Satan asked me out to a gothic cornet and a movie, so I need a new outfit for the date. Also, I'm playing in a gothic band, so I need an outfit for that too. Oh my Satan, gasped Bloody Mary. Want to go to Hot Topic to shop for outfit? Oh my fucking shit, let's have a group cutting session, said Professor Trevelry. I can't fucking wait for that, but we need to get some stuff first, said Willow. Yeah, we need some potions for Professor Trevelry so she won't be addicted to Voxamort serum anymore, and also some love potion for Ebony, Darko said resultantly. Well, we have potions class now, Willow said, so let's go. That's not in quotations. We went sexily to potions class, but Snap wasn't there. Instead, it was Cornelio. Fuck! Instead, it was Cornelio. Fuck! Hey, where the fuck is Dumbledore? Draco shouted angrily. Shut the fuck up, shooted Cornelia. Fuck. He is in Azkaban now with Snip and Lupin. He is old and weak, and he has cancer. Now go do your work. No, he has cancer. My friends and I talked angrily. Can you believe Snap used to be gothic? Vampire asked surprisedly. That's it. Cornelio shooted angrily. I'm getting Professor Bridge. Oh, that's a guy. Wait, who the fuck is Cornelio Funk? Cornelius Fudge. Oh, this guy. Whatever, he sounds like a girl. I'm not changing it now. He stomped out angrily. My friends and I began talking again. I began to drink some blood mixed with beer. Suddenly, I saw Hargreed in the cupboard. What the fuck is he doing? I asked. Okay, we're back. My dog had to pee. Then I looked at Draco. He was wearing tons of eyeliner, and he looked sexier than ever. Suddenly, Hargriff, what the fuck are you doing? He shooted. I looked around. Hargreed was putting something in my glass of blood. Darko and Vampire started to beat him up sexily. God, you're such a poser. I shooted at Hargreed. Suddenly, I looked at what he was putting into blood. It was amnesia potion. End of chapter 36. Amnesia potion. Speaking of amnesia, after this, here's a bit of a timeline for you. I know it breaks the illusion. I'm going to be starting a series as well after this that I am likely going to call my YouTuber speedrun. So I have gone through, and it took a while, but I had gone through video lists from popular YouTubers that you may love. I know that this may sound derivative or copying or whatever, but who cares? This is a platform where I get to make whatever the fuck I want. So I'm going to be doing what I call the YouTuber speedrun. So starting with games like Minecraft and Amnesia: The Dark Descent, I will be playing games which I've never played a horror game before in my life. So you're going to get to experience that with me. But I will be playing in order an entire speedrun. I will be completing the games, right? And I'm not going to be speedrunning the games, but I will be completing in order the most popular games from past YouTubers and what they did on their channel. I watched them growing up. I was really big on Markiplier, still am now. Big on Game Grumps, big on PewDiePie Felix, big on Jacksepticeye before he started doing, his own other ventures. And so I want to play those games that I watched them play growing up. And I never did. So this is my excuse to play them all in the new series coming after this called YouTube Speedrun. So keep an eye out for that if I don't already have videos out. Oh, no. Maybe. He didn't think what I said, did he? Huh? Anyways. Chapter 37. This is from Draco's point of view, I suppose, because it says Darko's point of view, lol. So she's, the author, I guess, has told us this time that this is from Draco's point of view. Vampire and I chained Hagrid to the floor. Oh my fucking Satan, Enemy said. She was so hot. Maybe I could use amnesia potion to make Satan fall in love with me faster. But you're so sexy and wonderful anyway, Tata, said Vampire. Why would you need it? To make everything go faster, lol, said Enemy. But you won't have to do it with him or anything, will you? I asked jealously. Oh my fucking god, you guys are so scary, said Brittany, a fucking prep. Shut the fuck up, said Willow. Okay, well, anyway, let's go to Professor Trevelry's room. Draco, Ebony, and I am Draco, went to Professor Sinister's room, but Professor Sinister wasn't there. Instead, Tom Ridd was. Oh, hi, fuckers, he said. Listen, I got some cool new clothes. I took out the clothes from the bag. It was a gothic black leather miniskirt that said 666 on the back, black Stilton boots, blood red fishnets, and a black corset. Oh, now we're back in Enemy's point of view. Fuck. Okay, well, thank you, author, for fucking making this infinitely harder to read. OMFG fangs, I said, hugging him in a gothic way. I took the clothes in the bag. Okay, Professor Sinister isn't her. What the fuck should we do? Asked Draco. Suddenly, he looked at a sign on the black wall. Oh my fucking Satan, I screamed as I read it. On it said, everyone Professor Sinister is away. She is too gothic. She is in Azkaban now. Classes shall be taught by Dumbledore, who is back, but he shall not be principal for now. Sincerely, Professor Rumbridge. OMFG, I shouted angrily. How could they do that? Suddenly, Dumbledore came. What the hell are you doing in my office? He began to shoot angrily. Suddenly, I saw Morty McFly's back time machine. I jumped seductively into it, leaving Draco and Vampire. Suddenly, I was back in Tim. I looked around. It was Professor Slutborn's office. I snacked around. Suddenly, I saw the amnesia potion on his desk. It was black with blood-red pentagrams on it. It was the shape of a cross. I put it in my pocket. Suddenly, the door opened. It was Professor Slutgorn. OMG, what are you doing, fucker? He shouted angrily. I don't know what the fuck you are doing, I shouted angrily. None of that's in quotes. Who the fuck is talking? Oh, sorry. I was just looking around because I thought it was class, you said finally, hoping he couldn't see the potion in your pocket. Oh, okay, you can go now, said Professor Slutborn. You went to the conman room. After putting on my clothes, Silas, Samaro, and Snap were there practicing Vampires Will Never Hurt You by MCR. Oh, hi, you guys, I said seductively. Where's Satan? Oh, he's coming, said Sirius. I hope in a dark room by himself. By the way, you can call me Hades now. Suddenly, Satan came. He was wearing a SNAPE black leather Jackson, black Congress shoes, a Slipknot t-shirt, and a black tie. Okay, I will see you guys at the concert, I said, and then I went with Satan. End of chapter 37. Chapter 38. Satan and I walked to his car. It was a black car with pentagrams all over it. On the license plate said 666, just like Draco's car. I went in it seductively. Stan started to drive. We talked about Satanism. Lols, he was named after Satan. Cutting music and being gothic. Oh my Satan, Gerard is so fucking hot. Vlodemort agreed as we smoked some weed. Lol, I totally decided not to commit
slip and slide.
When I heard Helena, I said in a flirty voice, Hey Satan, do you know the cure for when people are addicted to Vlodemort serum? Well, he thought, I think you have to drink vampire blood. Suddenly, Vlodemort parked a car behind a black movie theater. Satan and I walked outside. We went into the movie Tether where they were showing The Exorcist. In it, a boy and girl were doing it. Suddenly, a serial killer came, lol. Satan and I laughed at the blood because we were sadists. While Satan was watching the movie, I had an idea. I took Satan's gothic Black Nightmare Before Christmas cigar sexily from his pocket and put some amnesia potion on it. I put it back in his black Emile and Strange bag. Satan turned around and started to smoke it. Black clouds with pentagrams in them started to fly around everywhere. OMG, Satan said, jumping up. I gasped because I was afraid he'd noticed. Enemy, guess what? I knew that the amnesia potion had worked. Amnesia potion has not been invented yet, so it will not work, he said. Too bad, because I wanted to use some on you. Cool. I raised my eyes suggestingly, and then he took off my clothes sexily and we started to make out. I took off his shit. I hope you cleaned your hands afterwards. You don't want them to get a urinary tract infection or whatever. He had six-pack, just like Gerard way. We Frenched. Excuse me, but you are gonna have to leave, shooted a lady behind us. She was a prep. Fuck you, I said. Suddenly, I attacked her, sucking her blood. No, she screamed. All the preps in the theater screamed, but everyone else crapped because Satan and I looked so cute together. Satan and I started to walk outside. Yeah, I would too. That place would have smelled like shit. Zomg, how did you do that? Vlodemort asked in a turned-on voice. I'm a vampire, I said as we went into the car. Seriously? He gasped. Yeah, seriously, I said, drinking some beer. Satan started to drive the car. I smelled happily. It's too bad we didn't get to see the rest of the movie, don't you think? Yeah, I said as we kissed passively. Satan parked in a black driveway next to the place where Draco and I had watched DC for the first time. We went inside where Marilyn Manson was playing and started to mosh, lol. Anti-people now who've gone too far, Jesus Christ superstar, screamed Marlon on the stage. We did the devil fingers. I started to dance really close to Satan. He was so schmecksay. He looked at me all emo with his gothic red eyes, and he looked exactly like Mikey Way. I almost got an orgasm. Suddenly, Marilyn Manson stopped singing. I would like to present, he said. I ran on stage. Lucian, Samaro, Snap, and Hades were there. They started to play their instruments. I got on Stag. Well, if you wanted honesty, that's all you had to say, I sang. My voice sounded like a pentagram between Amy Lee and girl version of Gerard Y. Everyone clapped. Satan got an eruption. I'm not okay, I sang finally. Suddenly, Lucian stopped playing the song Wrong by Mistake. OMFG, yelled James. What the fuck? Oops, I'm sorry, said Lucian. You fucking asshole, James shouted angrily. You guys are such preps, Snap said. Come on, it was a mistake. Yeah, it's not his fault, said Sirius. No, he ruined the fucking song, yelled Samaro. You guys stop, I chateaued angrily, but it was too late. They all began to fight. Suddenly, Samaro took out his knife. OMFG, no, shouted Lucian. But it was too late. James tried to shoot off his arm, and then I jumped sexily in front of the bullet. No, yielded everyone, but it was too late. Suddenly, everything went black. End of chapter 38. Chapter 39. I am a trolling genius, lols. This is chapter 39. Excuse me. I'm a trolling genius. So this chapter is written by somebody else who gotten into the original writer's documents. The other document the original chapter is after this. I'm adding this in canonically as to a dream she had while she was in the middle of dying, but being saved by everybody else. I, the American retail-wearing British vampire Sue, coughed up blood. Satan kneeled down beside me. No, don't die! I gave him a rueful smile. I'm sorry. It's something I had to do to fulfill my duty as a noble Gothic Mary Sue. Satan sobbed. I love you, Ebony. I love you too. I'll see you in hell. I mumbled, already finding my surroundings fading to black. Bloody Mary Smith suddenly popped into the room for no apparent reason. She frowned when she realized the room was oddly quiet, but at the sight of Ebony's lifeless body, she screamed. Her face became pale with horror. She screamed for the healers, Dumbledore, McGoogle, and every single Gothic person she could think of. Suddenly, a glow started to surround the body of Ebony. Everyone stared in shock. Her body started to lift ever so slowly, and then, to everyone's shock, it started to incinerate. When everyone realized what was happening, they rushed over to try and rescue the body, but it was too late. Then Sue became nothing more than a pile of ashes. A loud resounding of everyone bellowing, "No!" filled the room. A flash of white light from the ashes then started to bounce around the room. Everyone cowered in fear and were temporarily blinded. When it was over, things changed. All the silly goth clothes dropped from everyone's bodies. I will refuse to explain how the hell that happened. And, in their place, clothes the characters would normally wear in canon appeared on their bodies. When everyone got over the shock of becoming free of their gothic power, everybody cheered. Everyone started singing, "Ding dong, the Sue is dead." Well, that is, until all the HP characters realized the true implications of becoming more canon-like again. All the characters who were supposed to be dead fell to the floor, their bodies cold and lifeless. Harry and Vlodemort started dueling. On the left side of the two, the battle of the light side and the dark side were reaching a climax. And because the replacement author also likes to screw around with canon, Draco and Hermione fled the scene and got married. Meanwhile, down in hell, Ebony shed a single tear because of her current situation, a situation that would live on for all eternity, or at least until the end of fan fiction time. She lost it all, but she knew she had to remain strong. Nothing would ever break her down. She looked down over her pale body and frowned. "Where are all my emo clothes?" she asked herself in confusion. Then it occurred to her. For her shirt, she was wearing a bright pink polo with a little seagull on it. Below that, she was wearing a denim miniskirt with the destroyed look on it. Paired underneath that skirt were leggings with a little moose at the bottom. And then Ebony realized on her shoulder she was carrying a pretty bag with an eagle on it that said "Live Your Life" written all over the bag. Ebony suppressed the urge to scream. Here she was decked out in clothes prepped to the extreme, wearing stuff from Abercrombie & Fitch, American Eagle, and Hollister. Panicked, Ebony hastily tried to take off the Hollister polo, but underneath it, there was another Hollister polo underneath.
It's my curse. Literally. I can't take this off. ever.
Ebony frowned and looked under her shirt. All she saw was a bra underneath. Dare I point out it's from Aerie. Line available at American Eagle? Ebony tried to remove the shirt again, but to her frustration, there was yet another polo to replace it. This is illogical and does not make any sense, Ebony bellowed out in the air. She failed to see the irony in her statement, how hypocritical her words were, seeing as she was practically calling the kettle black here. Ebony
temporary tattoo
her wrist and mumbled to herself, "Oh my god." End of crap fanfic. Anyways, okay, so that's the chapter written by the person who took over the account. Uncanon, in my opinion. Anyways, here is the actual chapter 39. Chapter 40. Lol. Somebody's taken over my account. I woke up in the Norse's orifice on a special gothic coffin. Hagrid was in the bed opposite of me in a coma because Vampire and Draco had beat him up. Fuck, this is so hard to read after reading an actually well-written chapter. Okay, whatever. Mr. Norris was cleaning the room. "Oh, me Satan, what happened?" I screamed. Suddenly, Vlodemort came. He looked less mean than usual. "Get the fuck out, you fucking bastard," I yielded. "Thou had not killed Vampire yet," he said angrily. Suddenly, he started to cry tears of blood, all selective. "Vlodemort, what's wrong?" I asked. Suddenly, Lucian, Professor Sinister, and Sirius came. Bloody Mary and Vampire were with them. Everyone was holding black boxes. Vlodemort disappeared. "OMFG, Ebony, you're alive," screamed Vampire. I hugged him and Bloody Mary. "What the fuck happened?" I asked them. "Oh my Satan, am I like dead now?" I gasped. "Enemy, you were almost shot," said Sirius, "but the ballet could not kill you since you were from another time." "But thanks anyway," said Lucian, holding out his arm. I gasped. He had 2 arms. "Oh my god, I can't believe Vampire's dad shot you," I gasped. "Well, to be honest, Snap was paused by Snap back then," said James, who I guess is alive now. "Yeah, he was a spy," Sirius said sadly. "He was really a death dealer." "And he was such a fucking poser too," said Lucian. "He didn't even really know who GC were until I told him." Well, anyway, everyone started to give me presents. I was opening a black box with red 666s on it, and I gasped. Mr. Norris looked up angrily because he hated Gothics. "Hey, has anyone fucking seen Draco?" I asked gothically. "No, Draco told me he would be watching Hose of Wax," said Professor Trevelry. "He doesn't know, Dad, you're better. Anyway, Denor said you could get up. Come on." I got up.
Slip and slide.
Lucian, Sirius, and Professor Sinister left. I was wearing a black leather night gun. Under that, I had on a sexy black leather bra trimmed with black lace, on a matching thong, and said Gothic girl on the butt, and sexy fishnets that kind hooked onto my thong. If you don't get the message, I'll tell you. Don't message her, please. I put on a black fishnet top under a black MCR t-shirt, a black leather mini with black lace and Congress shoes. I left the hospital wings with Bloody Mary, Willow, and Vampire. "OMFG, let's celebrate," gasped Willow. "We can go see Hose of Wax with Draco," giggled Vampire. "Let's go listen to GC and cut ourselves 666, said Sir Hermione. We opened the conman room door sexily, and then I gasped. Draco was there doing it with Snap. He was wearing a black t-shirt with 666 on the front and baggy jeans. That bastard! "You fucking prep," we all yielded angrily. "Yeah, you betrayed us," shouted Vampire angrily as he took out a black gun. "No, you don't understand," screamed Draco sadly as he took his thingy out of Snake's. Whoa, he took his thingy out of Snake's. They were docking each other. They were sounding each other. "No shit, you fucking suck, you preppy bastard," said Willow, trying to attack him. I ran
slip and slide
to my room. I sexily took a stake out. "Enemy, no," screamed Draco, but it was too late. I had
temporary tattoo
my wrists with it. Suddenly everything went black again. See, it needed to be a snake. I'm a genius. Okay, so this is the end of chapter 39, the original one. Chapter 41. When I woke up in a strange room, I looked around. I was wearing the same outfit I had when is performed with X Black X Tier X. I looked around confusedly. It was Denor's office, but it looked different. On the wall was a pic of Marilyn Manson. There was also Gothic Black Beatles calendar with a picture of the Beatles wearing eyeliner and black clothes. On it said 1980. OMFG, I'm back in Tim again, I screamed loudly. Suddenly Satan was wearing a black leather Jackson, black tight jeans, and fishnet pants. He looked so sexy I almost had an orgy. OMFG, NB, are you okay? He asked gothically. Yeah, I'm okay for your information, I snapped sexily. OMFG, am I dead? Because I remembered I had jumped in front of a bullet from James Gunn. James Gunn. I also remembered Sing Draco doing it with SNAPE. I guess that when I had
Temporary tattoo.
my wrists, I went back in time instead of dying. I know I could go forward in time if I found a time toner or the time machine. No, you're not dead, Satan reassured
Slip and slide.
as he smoked a cigarette sexily and smoke came all over his face. You're a vampire, so you can't die from a bullet. Come on now, let's go see how Harry's dad is doing. I know that the real reason I didn't die from the bullet was because I was from the future. What the fuck? James almost shot Lucius, I said indigoally. I knew that James had really been possessed, but I didn't want him to know I knew. Yeah, I know, but he had a headache. He was under a lot of stress, Satan reasoned evilly. I guess that's okay, I said, because James hadn't really shot Lucian. I also knew that Lucian would have 2 arms instead of 1. I walked seductively outside with Satan. Suddenly, I saw a totally sexy gothic bi guy. He had bleached blonde hair with black streaks up to his ears, and he was wearing gothic black eyeliner, a black Green Day shirt, black Congress shoes, and black baggy pants. He walked in all sexily like Jared Way in the video for I Don't 3 You Like It I Did Yesterday, and you could see a black tear on his face like the women in that video. Hey, he said, all quietly and gothically. Who the fuck is that? I asked angrily because I did not know him. This is Hedwig, said Vlodemort. He used to be in Black Tier too, but he had to drop out because he broke his arm. Hey, Hedwig, I said seductively, even though I was not trying to be. Lol, hi, Enemy, he answered. But then he ran away because he had a hair magic creature. He was humming Welcome to the Black Parade under his breath. Bye, I said all sexily. That was Hedwig. He used to be my boyfriend, but we broke up, Satan said sadly, looking at his black nails. OMFG, I could get you back together, I said, fingering something I didn't know was in my pocket. A black cute is what we aim for Cydio iPod that I could take videos with. Okay, you forget about class for now, Hedwig. I'm going to show you something great. I led them to the Great Hall. Come on, you guys. Lucian, James, Sirius, Snake were all in the Great Hall. Lucian wouldn't talk with James because he tried to shoot him. Go fuck yourself, you fucking douche, he shouted at him. Draco is never going to be friends with Vampire now. Yeah, go fuck yourself, Samaro. Snape agreed, but I know he was lying because it had been his fault James had almost shot Lucian. Be quiet, you guys, I said sexily. My plan was working great. Now, I could make Voldemort good without doing it with him. Now, Vampire's dad would never die. And... Okay, Satan, Hedwig, you guys can start making out, I said. I started to film them with the iPod. Cool, said Sirius, and Voldemort and Hedwig started to make out sexily. We watched as today started to take each other's clothes off sexily. Samaro, Sirius, Snake, and Lucian were all watched because they were probably bi. I know Snape was bi. Oh my fucking god, Voldemort, screamed Hedwig as his Glock touched Voldemort's, but suddenly everything stopped as the floor opened and in come Dumbledore and Mr. Norris. End of chapter 41. Almost there. Home stretch. Chapter 42. The Black Parade. I sat depressedly in Dumbledore's office with Hedwig, Satan, James, Sirius, Snap, and Lucian. Dumbledore was sitting in front of us cruelly. He looked more young than he did in the future. He had taken the iPod away and was now listening to a shitty Avril Lavigne song. What the hell is this anyway? He cackled meanly. I hope he didn't find out that I was from another time. Whatever you do, don't blame Ebony, you jerk, Satan said. Yeah, seriously, she was trying to get Satan and Hedwig back together, Sirius said defiantly. Be quiet, you Satanist, Dumbledore coggled. If you're lucky, I'll probably send you all to Azkaban. That will teach you to copulate in the Great Hall. He changed the song on the iPod to an NSYNC song. Suddenly, I noticed something strong about the iPod. It was slowly changing. Dumbledore didn't notice. You fucking poser, I muttoned. I bet you've never heard of GC, James said. I know, I knew what the iPod was changing into. Morty McFly's time machine. Shut up, James, Draco's dad shouted. Yeah, shut up, Snake said preppily. No, you shut up, Dumbledore, said Tom. I've had enough of you Satanists in my school, shouted Dumbledore spuriously. Suddenly, I grabbed the iPod from him. Everyone jump in before it's too late. I jumped into it, but only one odder person jumped in. It was Satan. You dunderheads, screamed Dumbledore wisely as we went. I looked around. I was in the Slytherin common room with Satin. I was wearing a black plaid miniskirt and hot pink fishnets, a sexy black MCR corset, and black stiletto boots with pink pentagrams on them. My earrings were Blake Satanist sins, and my raven hair was all around me to my mid-back. Hey, cool, where is this? He asked in an emo voice. This is the future. Dumbledore's iPod that he tried to take away from me was really also a time machine, I told him. Cool. What's an eye patch? He whispered. It's something you use to listen to music, I yacked. OMFG cool, wait, what's a 4-letter word for dirt? He asked in a sexy voice. What's a 4-letter word for dirt? I guess dirt. I guess sand? I laid confusedly. Yeah, I was trying to make sure you were still the same person. He triumphantly giggled. What? No, he triumphantly giggled. It was spelled right this time. Suddenly, some of my friends walked in. OMG, you're fucking alive, said Jimmy, wearing a black leather jacket, black baggy pants, and a gothic black from first to last shirt. I explained to her why I was alive. Konnichiwa, bitch, said Willow. She was wearing a black corset showing off her boobs with lace all around it and red stripes on it. With it, she was wearing a black leather miniskirt with black boots, white foundation, black eyeliner, red eyeshadow, and black lipstick. Hey, motherfucker, said Diablo with his red hair. He was wearing a black P*ATD t-shirt and black baggy pants. Hey, who's that, Ebony? Bloody Mary questioned as she walked in wearing black t-shirt with a red pentagram on it with lace at the bottom, red leather pants with black lace, and black stilettos. Oh, it's Satan, I told her. She nodded, knowing the truth. Suddenly, Satan started to cry. Are you okay, Satan? We asked concernedly. OMFG, you're from the future. What if I don't like you anymore because we're from different times, he asked. No, I still like you, I said sexily to him. Okay, he said assuredly. I let him listen to Teenagers by MCR on my iPod while I was about to go outside to find some things. I gave Diablo a signal to keep Satan occupied. Satan fell asleep. I took the iPod. I was about to walk outside. Professor Sinister ran in. She was wearing a gothic black mini dress with depressing black stripes, white and black striped tights, and red Converse shoes. She was wearing lots of black eyeliner. Oh my fucking god, where's Draco? How did Snap get back here? I thought he was in Azerbaijan. I asked sadly. Ebony, I was so worried about you, but I know you can't fucking die because you're a vampire. Snape came back because that girl Brittany freed him. I never licked her. She was a bad student, Trevor said reassuringly. That bitch. Did she also free Hagrid and Lupin? I shouted angrily. I hated Brittany because she was a fucking prep. Yes, they were on the loose in the school. Dumbledore is back. Cornelia's on his way to help everyone. Tell everyone you see to lock themselves in their common room, Trevor said worriedly. Okay, but where's Draco? How come he was doing it with Snap? I don't know why, but I know he almost tried to commit
Slip and slide.
after he saw you almost killed yourself, she said. Oh my god, that's terrible, I gasped. Satan was still asleep, so he couldn't tell what was going on. Then I said, listen everyone, I've something impotent to do. In her, everyone stay. With that, I ran out. Good luck, Tara, everyone cried. I ran sexily down the stairs into the great hall where the portraits around looked at me scaredly. There was hardly anyone else in the stairs, and there was an atmosphere of horror. On the way, I saw Brittany laughing on the stairs. She was wearing a slutty pink shirt with flowers on it, a blue jean skirt, Abercrombie, and pink style twos. She looked just like a pentagram of those fucking preps Hilary Duff and Lindsay Lohan. "You fucking bitch!" I shouted angrily. "No, you're totally a bitch. Now Voldemort will totally kill you," she laughed. "Crucius," I shouted selectively, pontificating my black wand, and she started screaming because she was being tortured, and I laughed sadistically. "No, help me, please," Brittany screamed, terrified. Then I put up my middle finger at her. In her hand, I saw this video camera Snap and Lumpin had used to take the video of me. I put the tape of Voldemort doing it with Hedwig onto it. Then I continued to round down the stairs with the camera. When I had reached the Great Hall, I saw Vampire Potter. "Oh my god, Vampira!" I yelled. We hugged each other utter happily. He looked at me with his gothic red eyes and spiky black hair. Around them were black eyeliner and eyeshadow, like an Apple product. He was wearing a black leather Jackson leather pants and Panic at the Disco concert shirt and his black Congress shoes. Okay. He looked more like Joel from Good Charlotte than ever. "I was so worried about you," moaned Vampire. "I know, but I'm a vampire, lol. When I woke up, I was back in the 1980s. So, new way, I bought Voldemort back from when he was young with me. Where's Draco?" I asked spuriously. "Draco? You mean that fucking poser who betrayed you?" Vampire snarked with anger in a sexy voice. "I know, but we have to find him," I said smartly. "I'll do it then," Harry said angstily. "Okay," I agreed. Suddenly, all the lights in the room went out, and then the dork mark appeared. "Oh my fucking Satan," Harry shouted. "I think Voldemort has arrived," I said anxiously. "Fuck, I have to find Draco. I guess we should separate." "Okay," said Vampire, deapparating. Suddenly, I ran into the Great Hall. End of Chapter 42. Chapter 43. I walked sexily into the Great Hall. It was empty except for one person. Draco was there. He sat there in deadly bloom in his black 666 t-shirt and his baggy black pants. He had
temporary tattoo
his wrists. I felt mad at him for having sex with Snape, but I felt sorry for him. He looked just like Gerard Way with his red eyes and his pale white face. "Draco, are you okay?" I asked. "I'm not okay," he screamed depressedly. I thought of the MCR song, and I got even more depressed because that song always makes me cry. I gave him a pot cigarette, and we started to smoke it. "Oh, Draco, why did you do it with that fucking bastard snake?" I asked tearfully. Draco began to say, but suddenly Lupin and Mr. Norris apparated into the room. They didn't see us. "I'm glad we and Snape were freed," said Lupin. "Damn, this job would be great if it wasn't for the fucking students," Mr. Norris agreed. "Papadillum!" I yielded angrily, pointing my wand at them. "No!" Lupin shouted as chains came on him. Mr. Norris ran away. "You fucking perv," I said, laughing with depths of evil and depressedness in my voice. "Now you have to tell us where Voldemort is, or I'm going to torture you." "I don't know where he is," said Lupin. Suddenly, Satan and Vampire ran into the room. Vampire didn't know who Satan really was. "Oh my Satan, we were so worried about you guys," Vampire said. I looked sexily at Draco with his gothic red eyes with contacts, black t-shirt that said 666 on it, and pale skin like Gerard Way. Vampire with his sexy black hair and red eyes just like Frankie Arrow, and Satan who looked just like Brandon Urie then. I selectively took the caramel out of my pocket, and then I began fringing Draco sexily. Lupin gasped. Draco began to take all of his clothes off, and I could see his white sex pack. Then Vampire took his clothes off too. We all began making out together sexily. I took off my black leather bra, chafing. My black lace thong, more chafing. And the rest of my clothes. Everyone took their Glocks out except for me, because I'm a girl. I guess she doesn't have one. "Oh, me Satan, Draco," I screamed as he put his harness in my thingy. Then he did the same thing to Harry. I began making out with Satan, and he joined in. "Oh my shit," cried Vampire. "Oh, Vampire, Vampire," I screamed. "Oh, Satan," yelled Harry in pleasure. Lupin watched in shock. We took turns doing torture curses on him because we were all sadists. Suddenly, a big black car that said 666 on the license plate flew straight through the windows, and Snap was in it. End of chapter 43. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Chapter 44. That's me car! Shouted Draco angrily. But suddenly, it was revealed who was in the car. It was Snape. I shall free you, Lupin, but first you must help me kill these idiotic Donderheads, he said cruelly from the car as it flew, circumcising above us. Ebony, Darkness, Dementia, Ravenway must be killed. Then the Dark Lord shall never die. You fucking prep, yelled Draco. Then he looked at me sadly. I forgot to tell you, Ebony. Snape made me do it with him. I didn't really have sex him, but he's a rapist. We all put our clothes on very quickly except Satan. We were so scared, but Satan didn't change. Instead, he changed into a man with green eyes, no nose, a grey robe, and white skin. He had changed into Vlodemort. I knew who thou were all along, he cackled evilly and sarcastic at me. Now I shall kill thee all! Thunder came into the room. No, please don't kill us, pleaded Vampire. Suddenly, Willow, Paludi, Mary, Diablo, Ginny, Dracula, Fred, and Gorge, Hagrid, McGonagall, Dumbledore, Sirius, and Lucian all ran in.
SpongeBob?
What is the meaning of this? Dumbledore asked all angrily, and Voldemort looked away, because Dumbledore is the only wizard he's scared of. He did a spell and suddenly his broomstick came to him sexily. Vlodemort flew above the roof evilly on his broomstick. Oh my God, Sugborn gasped. The Dark Lord shall kill all of you, then you must submit to him. Snape ejaculated menacingly. Okay, first, if you're dead, you can't submit to him. Second, he ejaculated menacingly. You fucking preppy.
Cigarettes.
I can't put that in the video. Sirius shouted angrily. I know a 4-letter word for dirt. Cruciatus, screamed Harry. But the sparks from his wand only hit Draco's car. It fell down. Snap quickly cowled out of it and picked up the video camera. Oh my fucking God, I cried because the video of me in the bathroom. The video of me dong it with Draco and his video of Satan doing it with... If you kill me, then these videos will be shown to everyone in the skull. Then you can't be just like that gothic girl Paris Hilton. He laughed meanly. No, I screamed. FYI, I have the picture of you doing it with Lupin. What's she talking about? Lupin slurped as he sat in his chains. I saw she gonna show everyone the picture. Harry shouted angrily. Shut up, Lumpkin roared. Foolish ignoramuses, yielded Voldemort from his broomstick. Thou shalt all die soon. I guess various colors. Think again, you fucking muggle poser, Harry yelled, and then he and Diablo and Navel both took out black guns. But Voldemort took out his own one. You guys are in a Latin standoff. A Latin standoff? I shouted despairingly. Echo Neville's wand, cried Voldemort, and suddenly Neville's wand was in his hands. Now I shall kill thee, and Ebony, you will die. He made lightning come all over the place. Save us, Ebony, Dumbledore cried. I cried sexually. I just wanted to go to the common room and
Temporary tattoo.
my wrist with my friends while we all watched Shark Attack 3 and Saw 2 and do it with Draco, but I knew I had to do something more impotent. Abracadabra, I shooted. End of chapter 44. The person who re-uploaded this, again, thank you to Midnight Essence on fanfiction.net. She says that this is the last update of my Immortal that they know of. Hope you all enjoyed it. I logged back into the account, yada yada. So I suppose this is the end. Oh. No, is this a real one? Oh no, there's a real one. Hi everybody, I'm back. Guess what? Justin and I got married. Lol. And Raven got married. Shemek to Ivy not being on the internet because Steele's on Ursul too. Lol. But I wanted to finish my story because guess what? I saw the last movies and yeah, okay. Chapter 45. No! Screamed Voldemort. As the spell hit him, he fell down and died evilly. Cornelia and Rumbridge came. Oh my god! Voldemort, Fug exclaimed. Enemy, you killed him, all my friends void. Guess what? Snap injected Preply. He did a spell, then he turned into Voldemort. OMG, I said tepidly, Snap was really Voldemort. What the is going on? Ron beat and expelled. Ernie, we need you to defeat him. I don't know what the fuck's going on either. Voldemort grabbed Neville's wing. Abracadabra, Vampire Potter! No, everyone screamed. Voldemort Potter died. How dare you, Willow screamed. You killed him. You bastard.
You bastard!
Thou must all submittest to the bark load, Voldemort exhaled. I was so effing mad, I jumped onto Voldemort and stratted to suck his blood. No, he screamed. Voldemort fell down, his dead body full of deadness. You did it, Enemy, Dumbly Dumb explained happily. You defeated Voldemort. But I didn't care. Vampire was dead. But he had been so smexy. He was so constipated. I ran up to my room and slit my rods. I put on a black dress with black pentagrass on it. The words MCRGC and Ever Since were on it. I had on tons of white eyeliner and black eye makeup. I had red lipstick and a Gerard Way shift. I looked just like Amy Lee. Drivo came in. He was wearing a bloody Goff Simple Plan T-shrig and Goff black pants. Enemy, he wept devastatingly. I loved you. Me too, Draco, I said. Then we diffed it gothically to some GC and MCR. The end. So that is the end of my Immortal. I hope you died a little inside just as much as I did. I feel like this is an experience that had brought us together. I will remember this for the rest of my life. Shit. Thank you so much to the original writer, Tara Gilesbie, who wrote this beautiful piece of artwork. If anyone says that it is not a beautiful piece of artwork, you do not understand the complexities of real story writing. Thank you all so much for listening. This has been an absolute blast reading off to you. Please come visit me on this channel where I will likely be playing some games starting with Amnesia. If you like this video or this series, please leave a comment telling me what your favorite part is about this series. I might get to another fanfic in the future. And let me know as well if there's any other games or videos or even video ideas that you would like me to go through. I'm not opposed to reactions. I'm not opposed to doing odds and ends every now and again. I just want this to be a channel where I can post fun shit I want to do and bring back that old sort of like YouTube not chasing algorithm fun shit. So if you like that, please join me. If you like my personality, amazing. Take care of yourselves and cheers. Have a good one.